I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Regarding our motion today about the improve the corruptor. The first one I want to say about what is the corruption. Corruption is one of the deviation of the human behavior that take all the things is not their own. The next one I will respond from the opening side that about the increase the cases of the corruption. If refers to rate the corruptor, especially in Indonesia, increase year by year, it means so many public figure or the important people in this republic stolen the riches of this country. And mostly coming from the political parties, and we have to know they have so many contribute to develop regulation. Actually, regulation is just administrative control that has deficiency and limitation. The corruptor do so many steps to make corruption happen, even though the punishment already mentioned and implemented in this country. So we can say the regulation that the flop our representative is enough to punish them. Is it work, or we get another way to resolve this? The second one about the punishment. The existing punishment is replaced to corruptor in the prison. Actually, so many cases that the corruptor do it in the several time, and as per my statement before, the cases increases. For example, the corruption regarding identity card that doing by a leader of our representative in the MPR, of course, he get punishment in the prison. That the big question, how the efficiency of the punishment, is the punishment make they abandon of this, or this just like a formality due to they have to follow the punishment as per the rule. Actually, we have independent institution to handle these cases. They are KPK or the Komisi Pemberantasan Korupsi. Even though regulation independent institution already exists, and we can see the not so efficient to resolve the problem. The next, I'm talking about the criminal justice system. Before we talking about the criminal, we have to know what the justice. Justice is an action that planned where the main intention to make every human right and equality on the right way in the society. And the principle is who is the corruptor must be get punishment, and we get to protect the victim. As per the opposition's side, said the corruptor must be get the justice. But we have to consider how about the victim. Actually, corruptor do by several people, but the effect on their action can happen to all society. Did you see in the outside so many people affected of their action? And if we refer to our condition, we are facing about the COVID-19. COVID-19, sorry. So many people in the outside hard to get the money. So many company closed due to we economic activity is down. How you feel if you are on those position? The second one, the next one, I'm talking about the malnutrition. The opposition said about the innocent people will affect it to their family. Of course, I agree with this. But we have to know and put more attention. So many people malnutrition also in the outside. How come we still think they must be get tolerancy, but in the same time, so many people all malnutrition and the worst case in death. The next one, I'm talking about the rehabilitation. Actually rehabilitation for the people that any deviation from their behavior. Actually, I don't agree for the corruptor must be rehabilitation, because actually their action based on consist, it means corruption as per they want, and rehabilitation is cannot ensuring if they don't do this any guarantee for the corruptor. They cannot corruption after they do rehabilitation. I think everyone cannot answer this one, because we cannot guarantee for this one. To improve this corruptor actually need to implement, because we have to repair, improve, update or upgrade our regulation, because we found several inefficiencies in our regulation. In other things about the corruption, make a castinate of our program. The first one, I'm talking about infrastructure. As we know, infrastructure need more investment, that the sources is coming from the tax. Then the result of the tax had corrupted. How come the infrastructure will run properly without any investment? How long we can waiting to finish this project? And how come we can recover the progress that hold on due to project delay? At the end, the main intention of the infrastructure to support economic to grow up. So what is next? The next will be impact to our GDP or the gross domestic or economic activity will slow to run. It means we get more loss money because of this. The second one, the important things about the education. One of the important things in the education that to support operational need money to make the program running properly. Could you imagine how the education program that planned but cannot running as explaining due to lack of investment? How can Indonesia generation to get better education actually affected to several years later? And the third one, I'm talking about the increase the price. This one is very common and very viral in the social media, as we know about the cooking oil. So we have to remember in the past that price of cooking oil increased 2 times due to the corruption inside of the Ministry of the Commerce that work together with the businessmen. And we can see so many protests almost in the almost region, and actually this good for example to dare how to affected of their action. As in conclusion, I agree with the motion that to make improvements, the corruptor is one of the best things that we have to consider to effective to huge people. These are about economic growth up, equality of education, and commitment from the government to make our country better than last period. Actually, this one is a good example to another people that has potential to do corruption. We can see several public figure get good service in the prison, and we can see their own good condition and with the give the best smile. It means they doesn't look like suffer. How come you get punishment but you can still give the best smile and you look like good? And we know, and we have to know in the prison they get training to do something that can make their have skill at the end successful useful in the society, and to give incentive to them and they will burden actually is not good justification. They can start to new journey with new personnel after get out from the prison. If we compare about the payback plus something percent with the effect, it's not so equality actually in the several time. If we think project cost to build infrastructure must be concerned about the currency of the condition. Because unpredictable situations, so many material price increase. For example, now we're facing about the increase the materials like such as like the stainless steel increase due to affected war between Russia and Ukraine. So many logistics transport is delayed and make the price increase. It's not 1 time and 2 times. It's if possibility more than. I am from the opposition side, of course, proudly and respectfully that I have the strong justification to say agree to improve his corruptor due to effect is huge and massive. If considered to human right, we can say human right for all the people. It's not several people. If corruptor think they on the victim position, we can compare to another people that the quantity is many and many. Thank you.